everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Daria and today I'll be speaking to you about making the most out of your time at university with regards to employment at the end of it, to secure a job that you will enjoy, and especially now during these uncertain times, which will definitely affect you when you are entering the job market in a year or two or three. So my first advice is probably the biggest, and it will be the hardest for some of you. Some of you will know exactly what you want to be doing, but the first advice is to identify the area that you'll be interested in working, and this can be done by researching different companies, different sectors and what they're specializing in, going on social media, so places like YouTube where you can watch people doing the kind of jobs that you will be looking at, also LinkedIn to connect with recruiters, and contacting your school or university for mentors and people who have previously had those jobs, and just getting a feel for it. So once you've decided the area that you would be interested in, I would recommend getting experience straight away. So especially for the most competitive sectors such as investment banking, I think as soon as you get into university you need to start applying for the spring weeks, for insight days. Anyway, you can get experience, even identifying smaller investment banks or smaller asset managers, if that's also your area of interest, on LinkedIn and contacting them, trying to get internships, experiences. You need to get out there and be competitive. So this is really important, because if the employer really likes you during the spring week, it will make your progression so much easier. So it's the easiest to get onto a spring week, and once they've seen that you are someone that suits the company and you are also happy there, they will likely fast forward you to the summer internships, and then even onto the graduate scheme if you impress them and if that's the route that you want to take. So you can see the progression is so much easier than applying for the graduate scheme, where the odds of you getting it is so much lower. So that's the first advantage. Second advantage, even if you find out it's not what you like, you didn't enjoy it at all, you didn't fit in the culture, or it just wasn't something up your street, that's fine, that's great. You know you don't want to do it, you don't apply for it again. Look for something else. Maybe something in that company interested you. Maybe you can reach out to the recruiter and ask whether you could potentially get experience in that area, or by networking during this experience you can reach out to people working in those areas and just ask for shadowing opportunities, anything like that, or contacting different companies doing similar things to get experience. So at least you're doing something, you're progressing early on in your university experience. So early on, end of first year, you've identified something you do or don't want to do, which is great, because then in second and third year you could be doing things to make you more employable in the area that you actually like. So that's great. And then thirdly, which is also really important, if you start early on, you will be able to get a lot of support from university itself. I already mentioned mentors and students who have previously been on similar programs. There are societies. At York we had an investment society where they offer a lot of support, a lot of talks, where you can network with people, you can get mentors, which is so useful for getting your CV right, getting experiences that you might need but not know about yet. And also, if for example getting a job or a graduate scheme is not something you want by the end of university, but you would rather start a business or anything like that, it's great, because universities have support networks to help you build a business, help you prove concepts that your business would be based on. And although it's still available once you graduate, I think it's important that whilst you're at university, you get this one-to-one contact, so you can arrange a meet-up to look over your CV with career advisors, and you get access to these kind of things so much easier than if you're back home after graduation. So yeah, first of all, identifying an area that you would be interested in pursuing further and getting experience, getting your foot in the door straight away whilst you're at university. Second thing I have previously briefly mentioned, but I want to outline it really, I just want to drill it in. Second thing is networking. You need to be networking with everyone. You need to be networking in societies, especially if they are the kind of investment banking or law, like employment-based societies. If you network with your peers, you find out what they're doing, what you should be doing, and you can just motivate each other. And if you're surrounded by people who aim high and want to achieve a lot, you will be wanting to and be applying for more things, getting involved in more things, getting involved in additional opportunities, etc. So that's very important. Second thing is networking with the employers. So great places at university are career fairs, career events organised by the employer itself. At York there was a lot of those kind of events. We would just get an email from either careers or the department being like, Mackenzie is on campus today, in this place. If you want to meet the employers, find out what the process is, how you could make your CV better, and just speak to them about what opportunities they have. You just go and basically meet people face to face and network with them. Also, recruiters do a lot of events off campus. So during a career fair, I found out that a bank was organising an event off campus at a very nice coffee shop, and anyone that wanted to find out more about them, wanted to meet people working them one-to-one and network with them, was invited. And it was really, really good because you could speak to them one-to-one, showcase yourself, and if they liked you, they invited you to the interview straight away. You missed out all the process online, which is quite a long process, so it really saves you a lot of time if they like you. And just stand out at those events, speak to as many people as possible, your peers as well as the employer, people working there, and just try to chat to them, try to find out what they're doing, try to tell them why you're interested in a particular role, what experience you have. And it's just a really good opportunity to get your foot in the door just on campus. Recruiters coming to you, you just want to show them what you've got, and it's a great opportunity you can access whilst at university. So my third tip will be building up your LinkedIn and actually using it. I know a lot of people will be telling you the same, but it is actually really important, and it's a great way of storing all your experiences, all your achievements, societies, committee positions, any work experience, everything that's relevant you can store on LinkedIn, and you can just add it as you finish something, what you gained out of it, add the people from this experience, work experience, the employers, to your network, and this will allow you to expand it and them to follow you through your studies. And if they are interested for later on, they can follow up with you. LinkedIn is also great to search for jobs. You might have people just reaching out to you being like, oh, would you be interested in this graduate position? We think your profile really matches it. Obviously, check for scams, but if it does look legit and something you'd be interested in, it's a great opportunity of employer contacting you directly and gets rid of all the trouble of finding the right employer if you find them that this is something you want to do. So number 4 is getting involved. Whilst at university there are so many opportunities related to what you will be wanting to be doing in your career, but also societies, sports, so like international opportunities that you can get involved with, just doing what you love. And this is something that will make you stand out to the employer. They will see that your degree and getting a job is not all of your focus, and that you have a great range of skills and things that you can use whilst working for them, and it will make you more relatable and just something different. So like, I've done a few international study centres through my university, and get involved in sports societies. Like I mentioned, I got involved with investing societies, but I also got involved with art and photography societies. So you can see there is a broad range of skills and interests the individual has, rather than just the degree and looking for a job in the future. So I think it's really important, and you can get a lot of achievements, a lot of recognition for these things. So definitely do not abandon them. You can network within those societies, within those study centres or international some summer schools that you wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. So it's definitely a thing that you should be doing, and building yourself up as a person, rather than focusing all your energy on your degree and looking for a job at the end of it. So tip number 5 is looking at the job descriptions or of the jobs or the graduate schemes that you would be potentially interested in the future a year or two in advance. So maybe you think you've got all the skills, all the experience necessary for what you want to be doing, but after looking at the job descriptions, after looking at the requirements, you can really figure out what they are looking at. You can be contacting recruiters and asking whether your experiences are enough, whether this is something they're looking at. That shows your interest, that shows that you're keen and already on it. So for example, myself, I was interested in asset management, but I didn't realize how important it was to do a summer internship. And because I haven't done it, it just set me so far back behind my competition, behind other peers, and I wasn't able to get a graduate scheme at a financial institution which I wanted to. And this is only because I wasn't aware of the process. I wasn't aware that you need to have that summer internship behind your belt to be in the best position of getting this graduate scheme. And it's turned out okay. In the end, I got a different graduate scheme, but I think knowing in advance what you will be needing, what makes your chances the best, will prepare you and will allow you, give you time to get onto those opportunities and make your CV the best you can make for this particular this job description or company. The last tip, I know is not the most positive one, but get used to the no's, and this is from the very beginning, from the spring weeks to summer internships to the graduate schemes. You will have to apply to a lot of them. Maybe you're lucky and you will get your first one. If that's you, well done. But most of us get 50 or more no's to 1 yes. And I've heard a story of a guy getting rejected from all spring weeks he was applying to, and he applied to a women's insight week, at a very popular, very competitive bank. And he got onto it, and this was his foot in the door, creating his own opportunities. And that was some like innovation and courage to do something different, and he got a yes. So I would encourage you to not being discouraged by the no's, but being resilient and keep applying. There's nothing wrong with you, it's just the process, and you might not be the candidate they're looking for. So definitely don't give up, keep applying, you'll find something. If you don't find anything from the major spring weeks or insight days, definitely look around for different opportunities. Like I mentioned, reaching out to smaller companies is a good way of securing yourself a good insight, which will be different from others, and it might make you stand out even more in the long run. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. This will be I'll make this a series, so I'll be giving you advice on interviews, as well as making the most out of the insight weeks or the experiences that you have. So if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and this will really help with the YouTube algorithm and make my channel grow, so I can provide this content for you guys and make sure that you get what you want from life. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye bye.